Okay, this is Princess. She is probably the cutest little doggy in the world. Anyway, this is the before, and we will show you a little bit of the after. Okay, so we're gonna do the nails first. And we'll give you guys some tips also on how to groom a Bichon. What do you think, Princess? What are we going to do now, Justin?
Bath.
All right, we're doing a bath. That just kind of keeps them in the middle of the table. So any commentary, Justin? So I won't bore you guys with all this, so we're going to fast forward. I'll start it back up when we get to the next scene. So I won't bore you guys with all this, so we're going to fast forward. I'll start it back up when we get to the next scene. Okay, she's out of the tub, got dried up, got her fluffy, as you can see. That just makes it a lot easier to get a good smooth coat. Now Justin, what are we going to use today for the length?
I think it's ½ inch.
½ inch? All right. And why do we do that? You don't even know? Oh, wow. Basically it,
Make him look good.
it makes it look good. It's also a pretty easy maintenance cut. So we do a ½ inch on the body, and then I do a closer to 1 inch on the head, and then it's scissor work after that. So we'll show you how we do that. Okay, one thing that we use here, we use the metal clips. That's a metal one, and just makes it a lot easier to go through the coat. You get a smoother cut. I'm not really a big fan of the plastic clips. Let's see, come around this way. So you always go with the grain. So whichever direction the hair is growing, that's where you're going to go. All right, now I'm going to pause the video and do my side, and then I'll start it back up so you guys can see. Okay, she's out of the tub, got dried up, got her fluffy, as you can see. That just makes it a lot easier to get a good smooth coat. Now Justin, what are we going to use today for the length?
I think it's ½
½
inch.
inch? All right, and why do we do that? You don't even know? Oh, wow. Basically it,
Make him look good.
it makes it look good. It's also a pretty easy maintenance cut. So we do a ½ inch on the body, and then I do a closer to 1 inch on the head, and then it's scissor work after that. So we'll show you how we do that. Okay, so on a Bichon, and any dog really, you would do the Sanitary, which is you shave the armpits on each side. You come down to the stomach, you come about right here. All that's going to be shaved. And then you do the pads. You can see we haven't done any of that yet, but you shave the pads. And then for the back, you do the right there, all that's shaved. So I'll show you how we do that as well. All right, so now Justin's going to do the pads. So where do you go up to, Justin, when you're doing the pads?
Right here.
Right there. Okay, good job. And we do that so they have grip, traction when they're walking. Also makes it easier so they don't get tangles and knots. All right. So come on around and you can do the pads on this side. And he is almost done the pads. And what's the next thing we do?
Stomach.
The stomach, that is correct. So I'll hold them up for you. Perfect. That's good. All right, go ahead and do the armpits. Just comes up. Gets up a little bit. Same thing on the other side. All right. Okay, one thing that we use here, we use the metal clips. That's a metal one, and just makes it a lot easier to go through the coat. You get a smoother cut. I'm not really a big fan of the plastic clips. Let's see, come around this way. So you always go with the grain. So whichever direction the hair is growing, that's where you're going to go. All right, now I'm going to pause the video and do my side, and then I'll start it back up so you guys can see. Bichon, one thing you want to do when you're getting up to the head area, there's a bone here and it's called the occiput. You don't want to go right up to that. On normal breeds, you would stop right about right here when you're doing the head. For Bichons, you're going to come down a little bit lower, probably about an inch below the occiput, and you kind of blend this in. You make it to a round head, and when you do the ears have to be blended into the head. So I'll show you that when we get to that point, but I just want to point that out to you. Also, with most Bichons, when you're doing a Bichon cut, you generally do the legs a little longer. This customer doesn't want that. They like just plain and simple maintenance cut. So the whole body is going to be a ½ inch all over. And then the head's a Bichon head until round head type thing. This groom, I could do right in an hour. Everything that's from start to finish. Obviously, I'm not going to make you guys watch it for an hour. Right, you can pause this and we'll get back to Terry in the butt. You just kind of come in very lightly and then come up. That's it. So when you're doing the Bichon, or any dog for that matter, once you get to this area right here, there is a natural cowlick. So when you start shaving this area, you don't continue going down direction. You're going to start right here and start going upwards and inwards on each side. Otherwise, it's going to look like they're bald. Because that, like I said, that's a natural cowlick. All right. So now we're down to basically the scissor work. So what I would do next, I would get my scissors. So when you're doing scissor work, first thing you want to do is get it all combed out. Make sure there's no knots and tangles and it gets good and smooth. From round feet, you start right here at the tip, go up to the very first nail, and then work your way around. Same thing here. It's okay, baby, don't fall. And then you kind of come under, once you get that, hold the foot out like that, and you come up underneath, and you start your, whoop, hold on, don't move. All right. And then you kind of look at it, and if there's a line where you see that you messed or didn't get it correct. Alright, perfect round foot. Then we get to the back, same thing. Comb it out good. Just want to make sure it's all good and even. That first angle, and then work your way around. Around this way. Start underneath, get your angle, make it good and smooth. Round foot. Alright, so right now honestly the head is a good length. I'm not going to take any off the head. But what I do normally every other month when I do this, I'll come in with my inch guard comb and actually come in this direction, go all the way forward like that, get all that shaved in, come down, lift up the ears, do the same thing, and then you go over the ears the same length. That gets your length set for 1 inch all over for the head, and then it's just a matter of doing scissor work. Like I said, I'm not doing that today because it's the right length for the head. And all you do at this point is you fluff up the head, like you see me doing. This is called a poodle comb. And then you just come in, fluff all this up so it's good and fluffy, and you get the round head that you want on a Bichon. And then when you do the eyes, they're supposed to look like little almonds sitting inside the thing. So you come up, just kind of do a light trim right there. It's okay, well it's still princess. Then you come up in this angle, get the hair out, turn the head, same thing. Hold still, baby, I don't want to hurt you. And you just kind of. So now she's got her vision, where she has a good view. It's okay. And just kind of get all this good and fluffy there. And then you take your ears and just kind of trim that. At this angle, I kind of come in from a flat angle, and you come around like that. You're just kind of even it out so they kind of, like I said, they kind of blend in with the head. Same thing over here. So we get it all good and even. Gotta get both sides, make sure there's no tangles or anything. Alright, good shape. Now, so right here, do me a favor, just hold the tip so she can't turn her head. And you come around, right here. Like I said, it's kind of like a flat angle right there. And you come up. Always keep your fingers where the leather is, that way you don't cut the dog. If you cut anything, you're going to cut yourself. go. And then we come in. Hold still, sweetie. Hold still. I don't want to hurt you. I mean, go ahead. It's just a matter of evening everything in. Come on that way. Now, my grandparents were the very first dog groomers in the state of Alabama. My mother was a dog groomer. All my aunts were dog groomers. I grew up in a dog grooming shop, so I've got a little experience. And then I went to school for it as well, because I forgot everything I learned. So I went to school whenever the economy took a dive. I don't like the way that looks, so what we're going to do is stay still. So you can see what I'm looking at. It's not correct. So we kind of come in. We're just going to come around like that. Give it a little bit of a round. Okay, good deal. Then we come to the back. She has a very curly tail. Just kind of, this is a dematting tool. We just go through the tail with that, make sure there's no tangles and knots. And her tail gets tangled up every single time. It's okay, sugar. I'm not gonna hurt you. I don't want to. So we go through it, get all the little tangles out. With this, I know. You're a good girl, princess. So once we get all the tangles out, almost there. Yeah, I want to go around. It's fine, I can do it from this angle. Just flip the tail. Just come around if you're going to do that. It's okay. Stay still, baby. So you come around. All goes out. And you come around. Yes. Same thing. So once you got it pretty well entangled, come in and you do what they call a flag tail. It's okay, hold still, baby. So flag tail is kind of comes up to a little bit of a point there and then flags out. Alright, let's go, Justin. Okay, we're down to the very end. Basically the cut is done. We got to clean the ears, and with Bichons and dogs like poodles and so on, you pull the hair from the ears. We use the ear powder, and if you want to hold that, it's done. So you take the ear, put your ear powder in. Got to get some finger strength, but you reach in there and you get all the hair directly out of the ear canal. It's okay, baby. So, all that's good. Once it's good, that way you don't get an ear infection. So if your dog gets ear infection, it's probably because they aren't doing that. So, all this comes out. Alright, all that's done. The last thing we do after that, we just blow the coat off so it fluffs it up again. And you can see if there's anything you missed. Change up. So you see a natural look of how it's going to look. If there's anything you missed, I'm going to see something that I think we can miss, but I don't know. We'll find out. So you right there. Just go across this again. So, not much, but if there was anything major, it would come off right here. You can see this a little bit. It's not even. That's it. She's done. We're finishing up. I realized I forgot to do something. Blend the head in. Like I was telling you guys, so you come up. Then you take your scissors. And do all this. Just kind of blend that into the neck. So it makes that little slope. Well, it's still sweet. I don't want to mess up your hair. Come on right here. Same thing. Blend the ears. All right. I think she's good. Now she's in her queen chair.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my